All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and our home team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Here we go, set, 10 Lobo. 58, right there. Hey, me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's coming. Double up, double up. 80 weapon. He's coming, double up. Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check, 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 check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Set, 18, Gator. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Delta. Go.
Throwing again. Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Herbert, he's going to go for a big play downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yo, go, go. Hey, Charlie. Hurry. Mike, ready?
2nd and 5. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Check back. Inside. 59. Hey, echo. Check, 59. We own them.
Throwing is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check 13. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Here we go. Go to 50. Mike 56. Mike 56.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Chargers' 17-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Stay with your man. 630. 56 is Mike. 56 is the small.
Rodgers going to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Melvin Ingram has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. That's what I'm talking about. At the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On the return is Irvin. Oh, able to avoid him. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdown.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there on the screen pass. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Dillon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
56.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end. Touchdown, Packers. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go.
Looking to throw. Herbert going deep here for Allen. And that's caught inside the 30.
That's it, baby. We got work.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Back to throw. Herbert. It's caught by Davis. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Trevor Davis, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
To throw again, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Here, Mike. 56 to Mike. 56 to hey, over. Come on, QB, come on. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Stop your whining.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Here we go. Here we go.
At the 46-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw. You go night-night. Some go night-night. Check 3. Check.
Blue draw corkers.
Check.
Yo, faster.
Tighten up. Show it up.
Fire.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Dude.
Here I come again.
Hey. Hey, wahoo! Ready?
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Five. Yep.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike 58, right there.
Hey, foxtrot.
Let's go. Let's bring it. 58.
Now.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready? 15, 6-6, bullet high.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Kill.
Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You can't stop me.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Badgley able to knock this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
This is taken at the 3. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 25 on second down, Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Silver.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check, 56. Switch up.
Hey, 88, 88, 88.
56. Mike,
50.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
After the penalty, it's Jones. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
58.
56. 56. Mike, 56 right there. Watch the slam.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's set away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Looking, and got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
Bang, 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 bang.
Get it.
From the gun, Herbert. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Complete to Kelly. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Back to throw. Herbert, blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
They'll try and throw for it here. And Allen's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Check 56. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 50.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Mike 50.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Inside. Hey, echo.
56 to Mike. 56 is
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Go.
right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey. 58 to Mike.
Bravo.
58 to Mike.
On the 10.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Hey, exit.
58, boy. 58, Mike.
They're going to try and throw. Complete. It's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Shit. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey.
It comes to me, it's me.
Hey, seam 6.
Check safety.
Be grip.
Throwing again. Herbert. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 45. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready up.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch, All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Kelly on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, orbit. You better be afraid of me. 5.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 58, boys. 58. 58 to Mike.
Ready?
On 4th down. Herbert. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
218, chopper.
Now Kelly on the toss. Fights him off. A good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. On 1st down, Herbert. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
6-6, pull it high.
Throwing on 1st down, Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 49.
General West.
Check 49.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another 1st, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Here we go.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing on second down. Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Jim!
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers, he'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Box it.
56.
Rodgers now to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Charger drive about to get going, and the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Kelly. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Max box 2.
On 4th down, Herbert. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, and this one complete to Reed. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Jet bomber.
So it's all over.